Most loopers have one setting that you can change, and when you change this setting, it will reduce your looping creation time, aka how long it takes you to make the loop, in half. Now this isn't just for boss loopers, this is for most loopers out there on the market. And this setting is going from record, play, dub to record, dub, play. Hey, what's going on? It's JP, welcome to the channel. If you've never been here before, we talk about live looping, live streaming, and all the tools you need as a modern musician. So if that's something that you like, have a look around the channel and maybe subscribe and you'll know when the next video is out. Now, before we get going on record, dub, play, and I'm going to show you examples as well. If you are using your looper to make music and you want to put that music out there, you need to check out today's sponsor, which is DistroKid. DistroKid is a music distribution company. If you want to put your music on things like Spotify and Apple Music and all the majors, but also places like social media, like Instagram, TikTok, and even Snapchat, you need a music distributor, and this is where DistroKid can help you. Most music distributors charge you every time you release some music. Or if you release a single, then they'll charge you. If you release a couple of singles, they'll charge you every time you release those singles. They'll charge you for a full LP, whether you're doing an acoustic album, a live album, they'll charge you every single time. But DistroKid don't do this. They charge you one price per year, which is a subscription, which starts at $22.99, and we've got a link in the description box which can actually get you 7% off your first annual membership. Now I said starts at $22.99 because there's a couple of different tiers. I'm actually on the Musicians Plus tier, which is the next one up, which is $39.99. That gives you two artists. So there's me, there's John Paul, and there's me and my mate Greg, who are Tokyo Wasteland. But more importantly for that tier, you can schedule the date of the release. You could even choose the pricing if someone's going to buy it on things like iTunes or Amazon. There's even an ultimate tier. If you're going to be doing more than 2 bands, you can go up to 100 bands if you really want to, and you're doing a label. So check out DistroKid. Thank you very much for them to sponsoring this video, and check the link in the description box and get 7% off your first annual membership. Now, when you actually get most of these loopers out the box, as I said, they're set to record, play, and dub. What that means is when you hit record on a loop and then you press the button to close that loop off, you've finished kind of doing the loop as it were, it's going to go into play mode, and that's fine for most people. What that means is it's going to play straight away, and that's exactly what you want. But as you get a little bit more advanced in looping, you want to start overdubbing, which means adding another layer on top of the original recording. For example, if I was beatboxing, I'd be adding hi-hats first, and then after that adding the kick and the snare. Or you might be recording a rhythm section as your first loop and then adding on a bass as the second one, and then even harmonies as a third or a fourth. Now once you're in overdub mode, then that's fine. You can actually leave it in overdub and it carries on overdubbing on each layer. But if you want to get quicker and a little bit more advanced, then change your looper from record, play, dub to record, dub, play. The process for recording is exactly the same, and when you press the button to actually close the loop off, as in you finished recording that first loop, it doesn't turn off the recording, it goes straight in to overdub. What this means is that you don't have to wait an entire cycle or entire loop before you add an overdub. With loopers like this one or any of the loopers, if it does have a record, play, overdub, as soon as you hit play, you can hit it straight away. You don't have to wait for the entire cycle. But a lot of people, certainly in your early stages of looping, are nervous, and you actually want to make sure, did I get that first loop right? And this is why I advise two things. The first one is start playing or start beatboxing or whatever you're doing about a beat or two before you hit the looper. Make sure you solidify that groove, and that way it'll help when you create that loop. The second one is actually to grab my course. I've got a course called How to Loop Like a Pro, and I can show you how to get looping and get that timing right every single time. That course is normally £199. It's now just £48, and as I'm recording this right now, there's a Valentine's Day code that lasts until the 17th of February, which is 15% off. The code is LoveLoop15. The link underneath in the description box that takes you to the course actually has the code embedded in it, so it'll take you straight to the checkout with that 15% off, but hurry, because that 15% off is going to go by Monday the 17th of February. Now depending on which looper you have, from RC5 to a Sheeran Looper Plus to a Valaton VLP200 right up to an RC600 505 Mark II Sheeran Looper X Headrush Looper board, whichever one you've got, changing it over to record, dub, play. It's going to speed up your workflow. And that's what these last couple of videos have all been about. I've been getting questions about looping and about the technique of looping. Now, the main part of my channel is all about looping and live looping. So if this video is giving you a little bit of help, that is actually so you can subscribe to the channel. We've just hit over 30,000 subscribers, which I'm absolutely made up with, but I've got a goal this year for 2025 to get to 50,000 subscribers. It's a really high goal, so help me out. Let's get that goal beat by the end of 2025. The next next video that's come up on screen is the one that YouTube algorithm gods have decided that you need to watch next from me. So, enjoy!